Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Deja Advises, where I'm helping you navigate college with clarity and with confidence. Today, we're going to be talking about the summer before college graduation. It's a big one. So let's get started. So, college graduation is a pretty big deal. I don't think that it's a big deal because you're just getting the degree, but it's literally a stepping stone to you starting your career, you starting your profession. And hopefully, you'll keep that in mind in this video. And these are the steps that are going to help you to accomplish that goal. So, first step I would tell you to do, make sure that you are continuing to meet with an advisor, your particular advisor. I'm saying this because you want to make sure that you're still on track to graduate, whether that be in December, whether that be in May, whatever the graduation date is set for you, you want to make sure that you're actually on track to graduate that particular date. Too many times there's students who get to the end of the semester and they're so excited to graduate, but then they realize from talking to their advisor or they get that email, that scary email notification saying, hey, you have X amount of credit hours left, which leads me on to my next tip. Make sure that you have all your credit hours. I know at the school that I work at, we divide it up into three sections. So we have your general education courses, you have your major courses. Sometimes you might have your minor courses, so I'll group those together. And then you also have your elective courses. All of that is going to make up 120 credit hours. We say that that is the special number to graduating. And so the way that we do the math here is if you take about, well, really, we say like 15 credit hours each semester, that's fall and spring for the 4 years that you're in college, then you should get that 120 credit hours. So you stick to that plan, you should be good. However, I understand that things happen. You might have failed a class. What are some other reasons? I don't know besides like you might have failed the class or you just didn't take the class that you were supposed to take. So for whatever the reason may be, make sure that you have your credit hours in check because you don't want that to be the one thing that is stopping you from accomplishing the goal. All right, so after you've met with your advisor, meaning your major advisor, after you have concluded that you are on track with graduation, we want to start thinking, more future oriented. Like I said, it's not just about the degree, it's actually making sure that you can get into the career that you want to get into. So I know I said, let me kind of backtrack a little bit. I know I said these things are for the summer, but it doesn't have to necessarily just be for the summer in terms of you haven't started the semester yet. Yes, you can still meet with your advisor in the summer. Yeah, I'm definitely still working. But you can also meet with your advisor when you start the semester. So that's not an issue. I just wanted to put that out there, okay? So these things yes can be done in the summer months, but that also kind of leads into the semester anyway. So, yep, do with that as you will. So, what was I even saying? What was the next tip? Oh, yes. So, you've met with that advisor, your major advisor. You talked about credit hours, graduation planning, blah, 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 right? So, now we want to start thinking about the profession, the career. This is a topic that I love to talk about with students because I think many times students come into college not knowing what they want to do. And I get it, it's a lot. It's a lot to try to figure out, depending on what age you're at. It's just a lot in general, okay? But that's why it's really good to start to know yourself, know your interests, know your hobbies, know how you want to just operate in the world. How are you going to do that? How are you going to go about that? You say you want to be in a helping profession. Well, you don't just have to be a nurse, you could become a teacher. I mean, there's so many ways you can help if that's what you're trying to do. So, with that being said, you want to actually get the field experience. Now, sometimes people say field experience, they'll say like an internship or a practicum. A practicum is a smaller version of an internship, is less hours, fewer hours. So, either way, however you want to say it, field experience. You want to have field experience. And the summertime is the perfect time to do that because maybe you're not taking classes. Oh, that's another thing I would say. Well, we'll get back to that before I jump ahead. But you want to make sure that you have the field experience. You want to know what you're getting yourself into, you know? So, for instance, people who are majoring in nursing, well, they have to take clinicals. So they have to be in a clinical rotation where they're actually getting the experience because who wants a nurse that didn't have any type of experience? I don't think I do. Personally, I don't. Not the hands on experience. So you need the hands on experience, whether that's in marketing, whether that's in fashion design, whether that's in teaching. You need the hands on experience. So please make sure that you're doing that. I know a lot of programs, they actually require it for you to graduate. For instance, like the social work program here, they have to have field experience, it's part of their credit hours. So just make sure that you are meeting that. And even if it's not required for your major, it's still something good to do. So definitely make sure you're doing that. So, along the lines of field experience, it's also great if you can meet with a career coach. Many different universities and colleges, they have what they call career and professional development centers. It might be a little bit different in terms of the title of the office at your particular institution. However, still the same thing, career and professional development. They are going to help you. I personally don't agree with using that office just your senior year. No, way before then, because they do wonderful things like resume help, mock interviews, headshots, um, just anything that you need that is related to professional growth, professional development. So they can help you. They can help you look for jobs. They have, I know some institutions have like their own platform called Handshake where it can actually help you find jobs. So they can help you set up your LinkedIn account, whatever it is to help you professionally grow. And like I said, get to the goal, which is to have the career, to have the job, and that career and job actually aligns with what you're going to major in or what you're going to graduate with. Because at the end of the day, that's why you chose the major. So I do want to go back to something if I can remember it because right now it's leaving me. Oh, summer before graduation. This is the time. I mean, it's a little late now, right now. It's a little late, but this is the time to make sure that you have taken any classes that you need to this summer. It is the time to do that. Make sure that there's any classes that you still need to take that just won't fit for the fall and the spring semester or however many semesters you have left. Go ahead and take the summer classes. And you don't have to necessarily take it at your particular institution unless it's only offered there. You could possibly take it at like a community college and then it's a little cheaper too. Okay. So that was the tip I was going to say. So this particular tip won't apply to everyone, and I am definitely not in the business of pressuring anybody to go to graduate school unless you literally have to. Okay. Unless you literally have to for your profession, for your career. Um, with that being said, make sure that you are in the process or preparing, I should say, to apply to grad school. So, having your documents together, making sure that you have all the prerequisite courses, meaning those are courses that you're going to need to have taken before you can even apply, or they need to be, I mean, some institutions is different. Some programs is different. They'll say that it needs to be done by the time of your application or by a later date. Just make sure that you know whatever that is, okay? So be in contact with that particular graduate program, talk to your major advisor about it if you can. We have what we call pre-professional interests. So, example, let's say someone majors in human health sciences, or let's say someone majors in kinesiology, but they want to become an occupational therapist. So he or she is going to have to then go to OT school. So they're going to have to get that other degree. Now, do I know the ins and outs of like salary and all that kind of stuff and how that impacts it? No. which is why, like I've always said, make sure that you do your research. Research is so important, okay? So when it comes to graduate school and thinking that that's your path, then make sure that you doing that research. If you haven't already, make sure that you're doing that research. It's really important. Honestly, I don't think I have anything else for you. But if I think of anything else, I will certainly put it in the comments. I hope that you enjoy this video. I hope that you're preparing for such a important time. Like I said, not just to get the degree, that's wonderful and all, but it's just a stepping stone. It's a stepping stone for you. So until next time.